Today is probably gonna be the last session I do before the World Championship, and I am super excited. The Fibo, some of you may already have seen it, I am extremely satisfied with. So I did first battle against Samu from Finland, won that one, even though for me it's not really about if I win or not, it's more, am I happy with my performance? And did I do what I intended and what I've been training for? And the answer to that is yes. Super satisfied with the statics. Freestyle went alright as well, even though the statics was what I was focusing most on. So overall, really happy. And after that was last week. I've been just trying to maintain the training pretty low intensity. And then also with the diet as well, eating a lot of carbs and pretty low on calories as well, maintaining there too. So that's pretty much been my life lately. And now, of course, this weekend we have the World Championship coming up in Bulgaria, which I will be vlogging as well, bringing you guys onto it. It's going to be really exciting. One of few competitions that actually has heavyweight categories or weight categories in general, which is just way more fair in terms of sports. So really excited for it. And not to jinx it in any way, but I of course have higher chance of performing really well when the circumstances, of course, with the weight classes are there. So looking forward to that as well. And I also, since we have this subject now of competition, just want to talk about the reasons why I do even compete. There are, of course, a few things we sacrifice when we compete. Number one, progress. Sometimes the training structure is different. So, of course, I dedicate a lot of time towards the competition. And during that phase, which is 1 to 2 months usually, a lot of progress is not being made. It's made in maintaining and just preparing for a comp. But there are a lot of benefits. Number one is the discipline. It's the fact that I have a well-determined goal, a well-defined time that I want to be at peak performance. And this keeps me really sharp. It means that I have a purpose behind my training. That can be really hard if you're, especially in calisthenics, you're training a lot of times alone. Sometimes you can go to gym and feel like, what's even the purpose? Especially when you feel like shit, which is a lot of times that is gonna be the case. But then having a competition means that you're clear in why you're doing it. So that's number one thing. The second thing, of course, is the engagement and motivation you do get from competitions. Competition is a really high level of athletes showing up. And there's always someone doing something that you're not doing. There's always someone doing something that you're like, damn, this is something I do also want to reach. And you always gain motivation from being there. And of course, just being surrounded with other people within the sport is really nice, since you usually do train alone. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing, actually that's not as common, to be honest, and not as obvious, is the fact that you appreciate training so freaking much after comp preparations. Like, trust me, right now I'm just craving destroying my body in the gym. I think a few of you can definitely relate to that. Like, after a period where the training has just not been as usual, you just really looking forward to being in the gym, destroying the body, feeling like shit afterwards, but feeling like you're just crushing it. And I'm missing that so much, because now before comp, the intensity is much lower. I definitely don't want to overtrain in any way. I also can't really progress anymore. Like, if I have 1 or 2 weeks on me, I can't get that much better. So it's way more worth it for me to just get comfortable with the things I already do and make sure that my body is really recovered for competition. But this also means that the training style is really freaking boring. So I'm missing training so much. In competitions, it's always the same. But after comp, you start to appreciate the training again, which is a spirit that sometimes can fade away after time. If you just always train the same, you sort of take it for granted, to be honest. So those are the reasons that I really enjoy about competing. And then, of course, long term, I think competitions, if you do it too much, it's not that great. You lose some of the benefits. And then again, if you do it too rarely, it might mean that you don't really have the dedication, the speed in progress, because the purpose isn't that clear. So, like all things in life, I guess you just find a nice balance. And I think for my case, I have the nationals this summer as well. But after that, I think I will have a just smaller break again, maybe up to 1 year, with just training focusing on content, social media, YouTube, but mainly just the training and getting the routines on point again. Because for those that have been following me for about 1 year, a lot of stuff has happened in 1 year. And that is the proof of consistency, dedication, and finding a workout style that fits you. So looking forward to the year to come, if we phrase it like that. And then, yeah, up for today's training, if we should mention that one, I am gonna do a sort of combination style. So we're gonna do some combos with front lever and planche, some Maltese I'm hoping on as well. And update on my shoulder is that it's getting better. So I do think we can do some planche push-ups and those things as well without putting anything in danger. So that is basically the plan. And for now, I will pick up a body of mine. We're gonna go to the gym and then I will see you guys inside there. Let's get started. I'm thinking we'll start with some just one-arm handstand, maybe some flag for warm-ups. I've done now my active stretches, my light activations just to get some blood flow, and we're ready to lightly start getting into the harder variations. Pop some caffeine, extra boost for the energy, and then we'll get to work. Not too good with the control. Definitely feel slightly more tired than usual. Hopefully the caffeine will kick in pretty soon, but we should still be able to do some good stuff. It's just that I like doing handstands in the beginning because it gives me a good estimate of how strong I feel and how hard I can push myself. Let's do one more set and then we'll get into the planche and front lever action. Also just want to share 2 tips. One is for the one-arm handstand, and that is that the higher you get the shoulder, the more sort of height in the actual hold you get, the easier it is to control. Whereas if I have a really depressed shoulder here, it's so hard. Whereas if I had the height, way better. And then for the flag, the one tip I have there is that the straighter my arm is, the easier it is as well. The more bend I have, the more pure strength I am using. Whereas if I have pretty straight arm, I have a great leverage and can hold it for much longer. Definitely can involve some more balance, whereas bent arm I can use a lot of muscles to sort of compensate with the balance and keep my position, but it won't last long because it's pretty damn hard. Not too bad. Actually, I feel like that was pretty good improvement and pretty good showcasing my 2 tips as well. Good height on the one arm, and for this one, the straighter it is, the easier it is as well. Just definitely requires a bit more balance. But I'm satisfied. Let's move on. Time for heavier holds. Let's give it a try with the straight bar combo, starting with some front lever and then ending it with a just straight bar planche. I think it's gonna be good for warm up. Definitely feeling heavy today. Sheesh. But it's a start. We're gonna continue. Hopefully it gets slightly better towards the end. Let's give it at least one more try on the full planche here on the straight bar. Some front lever, and then after this we add some pallets as well to the combos. a bit better, I definitely think. Felt all right. I do feel my shoulder, even though I said it in the car, it's much better, but I do still feel it a bit. So I'm gonna do some just activations a bit more on this side with resistance band. Then we have the parallettes and do some combos. And a quick reminder for anyone looking for some insane calisthenics equipment, Coordination will always have your back. They got the parallettes that I almost always use for my static sessions, and then they also have static bars and stuff like that for more front lever training. Resistance band and much more. And on top of that, I always got you with the discount code Simon for additional 10% off, which is really awesome. So make sure to check them out if you do want to exceed in the calisthenics training. Let's move on. Planche, handstand, Victorian, and then we're going for the front lever on straight bar. Could have been better, could have been worse. That was something, at least. Still do feel the shoulder, mainly in the handstand push-ups. And that's because the injury, I'm 99% sure, was from the front flip re-grab. Overextended, couldn't grab it, so I got a real stretch in the shoulder. That is what it is. It is getting better, and after competition now, we're definitely gonna really prioritize healing it. Just did the sickest intro, but it wasn't recording, so let's give it another try. We are gonna do Maltese this time. And Maltese, Victorian, planche on these ones, and then ending it with front lever and some straight bar planche. Might be straddle as well, since it's in the end. But good to train some of the harder variations as well when you're fatigued, because it's a big difference compared to when you're fully fresh. Just joking, not a Maltese day today. Not even planche. So shit. That was so bad. Oh, I'm telling you, like, even if I train, the intensity is so low compared to usual, the body feels so shit. And it's really the thing with low intensity. It's like, when you train a lot, your body's used to it, you're into it. But when you're having a low intensity for competition and everything, it feels a bit harsh training. Because it's like the body isn't just in the mood for it. Hard to explain, but yeah. I am really looking forward to after comp. Like, can't express it how much I'm just looking forward to the grind, pushing the body, adding resistance bands again, more reps, more pump, getting the volume. Oof, great times ahead. All right, next up, I do want to add some more time and attention. So I'm adding a resistance band for both the front lever and the planche. Get some more reps, get some longer holds, and then after that, I think I will call it a day. Can add a Victorian. heavy as fuck, but a bit longer holds at least. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty sick angle. I did buy myself sort of a MagSafe for the camera, so I can put it on any metal piece, which is pretty nice. So now I have it on the Calisthenics bars. So in the future, probably gonna be some sick angles as well in the gym for the Calisthenics, and maybe even freestyle later on as well. Thinking of some angles that could look pretty sick. But overall, for today, it's gonna be a wrap. Pretty satisfied with the statics. I didn't expect too much today. And the truth is also, after a day like this, where I don't push the body too hard, but I still spend some good amount of time in the holds, the next session is usually really high level. My body has time to recover, but it's also pretty fresh in muscle-to-mind connection, and that combination usually ends up being really good for the performance side. I will do one freestyle session, probably not gonna vlog it, just casually doing the combos. And for my performance at the World Championship, I am planning on doing roughly the same stuff as I did for Fibo. One comp preparation, but 2 competitions. It's just smart, to be honest, to do well-performed combos and do the same, since the rules are roughly the same as well. So that's the plan. So make sure to hit like and of course subscribe to follow the journey and see how I perform in the World Championship. Choo-choo!